Yo, what up, y'all? This is Ronnie Ray, this or that, man. When we debate this or that, yes, I got to get animated out here. The debates are nonsense. So I might as well get a show called that. Ronnie Ray's this or that. This is where I debate everything. We debate from finest to worst, the best to worser, whatever. Is the worst of the word? I heard it enough times. It should be in the dictionary somehow. Never mind. Today, we going in. I got my partner on the line, man. Doing via Zoom, y'all. Y'all can't tell. Via Zoom, the homie, man. I know this guy, one of my best friends in the game. One of the best friends in life.
That's right.
Because we like-minded out here. We've been knowing each other 20 years, man. All the way back to Second City, OBN, Hollywood, back.
Boom.
Chicago, Cleveland, on the line, my man Cordell Joker Pace, y'all.
Oh, what's going on? I'm in the building, yo. I'm on the Zoom building, baby. I'm here.
On the Zoom. All right. Zoom. I was on Woody Woodpecker. Zoom. All right, man. Okay. I've been trying to get this one out for a minute because I literally heard this debate other comics were having. And I was like, are y'all crazy? What are you talking about? I don't believe y'all are saying this. I kind of wish I could have got one of them on this show too for that. Yeah. But the debate was, which comedy special was better? We're comedians, so it's like we grade on a hard curve. And one of them really got me to go. So I'm like, I'm gonna pick that one, but you'll know as soon as I start talking.
Right.
Which comedy special was better? Chris Rock's Bring the Pain or Dave Chappelle, Killin Them Softly? Bring the Pain, 1996, Dave Chappelle, 2000. Which one? I've been watching Killin Them Softly with
you. Yeah. And I briefly, until I went, because I had to go watch both of them again, because I hadn't watched neither one of them in a very long time. So I had to do it to even talk about it. But I briefly confused Killin Them Softly with For What It's Worth, which was 2004, Dave Chappelle, you know what I mean, in terms of the material. So in my mind, so when I went back and watched the 2000 Killin Them Softly, I'm like, okay, the bits started coming back to me. Of course, the famous baby bit that he did, Ghetto Baby and all that, classic. And then it didn't take me much when I started watching Bringing Pain with Chris Rock to remember all those bits. But in short, I had to go with Bring the Pain, Chris Rock as as of the two. I mean, they're both great, but I would have to say that the urgency that Chris Rock had in that special, and he came out on fire. And not that Dave didn't come out on fire on his, but he came out on fire and Bring the Pain and did not stop until the very end. 58 minutes and 16 seconds, he was bang, 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 man. And as a comic, you respected it, and then as a fan, you respected it. It on every level, man. I mean, we could dig a little deeper into the details, and but I'll just say that's the one I picked, man, for what I just said.
Man, Dave Chappelle. First of all, I love both of those guys. I think both of those guys are definitely legends. Chappelle definitely done.
Yeah.
Since all this Netflix stuff, he's been like, now everybody, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Yeah. Not yet.
Funny as shit.
Not yet. He'll be the GOAT one day.
For me, it's great on hard curve. Dave is hilarious. Dave is a special comedy talent.
Yes.
Killin Them Softly was awesome.
Yeah.
Bring the Pain though. Yeah. That dude, I saw Big Ass Jokes first, the half hour one he did, Chris Rock.
Yep.
And I was like, yo, I gotta start doing stand-up. I gotta start doing it. Eddie and Richard always made me think I could be that, but when I saw him do that, because it was then a precursor to that, because it seemed like he knew what to take from that to add it to Bring the Pain.
Right.
If you watch it, it's like he boom hitting his hand, like when he hit a punchline, he going like this, like Chris Rock ain't tough at all. Like I bet him, he ain't no tough dude, but he was on his shit. So when a dude that's like that fucking crazy mean and shit, but he doing this like I'm fucking y'all up. Right. You gotta honor that cat. And man, that niggas and black people joke.
Yeah.
Nothing. I put that up there. Shit.
All-time great
anything Eddie does, anything Pryor does,
right?
That's right there. Like Chappelle has the kid,
Right.
but it's like you can. Chappelle got a lot of these, got a lot of those singles, and he ain't had a lot. That Chris Rock was dropping home runs.
Yeah, he was. No, he was.
And
it
wasn't. I'm not gonna take my time with this. Y'all about to listen to everything I say, because he does his comedy like that. Because I'm watching him, and I'm like, I know I do. I kind of like feel the crowd. They're not going through my bit. Chris Rock is like, look, I am gonna do this shit, and you're gonna listen, and you're not gonna knock me off my shit. That was the best example of that. Because when he went in, he started. It looked like it was a script made, but he just followed that shit. Yeah, and it went, it was gold, man. It was gold. First time I watched it, I didn't like it. I watched it again, and I was like, what the fuck? Well, how am I so stupid and saying this ain't good? I'm like, this is amazing. I watched it again with people, and it's like, shit, this motherfucker's golden.
It's a game changer.
And the Marion Barry joke, he said he wrote that week.
Damn.
He didn't have an opening bit for DC, so he wrote that joke that week, and that set the tone.
Oh, it did set the tone. And there's a few parallels with those two specials. They both were filmed in DC.
Right.
Chappelle's from DC. Chris Rock's not. He's from New York. But prior to those two specials, they both only had half-hour specials. If my credits are check my credits, they both only had so both of those specials really launched them into their also parallel was not too long after that, Chris Rock got his Chris Rock show from HBO. I think it was a few years after that, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 2 years.
No, he got the what's the name?
Oh no, same year.
Yeah, he got the what's the name? Say he's gonna get the package deal. He was gonna host an award show. They're gonna offer him a TV show. He gonna get a book deal. He got all that shit.
Yeah. He actually, I think he got it within a year. The Chris Rock show. For Chappelle, he got the Chappelle show 2 or 3 years after he did the 2000 show. But I'm only bringing this up because they have some similarities in terms of the content they were talking about. They're still relevant now. Some of the stuff they're talking about, like
they did their homework.
They did, right? The racism and just like the hood and the little police brutality. I mean, Chappelle was talking about that in the 2000 special. Bam, where we at right now? But and we both going with Bring the Pain because it was an instant classic, and I think those are the two words to come to Bring the Pain. Not it was just it hit the streets.
I put that number 3 all time, bro.
Yeah,
3 all time. Like I say,
it's tough.
I say Loud in Concert, Richard, Eddie Delirious, and that. And then right after that, it might be it's either Killin Them Softly or Kings of Comedy. I think I might go Killin Them Softly. I don't know. It's a toss up, but that's we should have did that one.
Kings of Comedy is you might even want to put that in kind of a compilation. Well, it's kind of
it's compilation. Yeah,
it's kind of like with all the different but it's kind of hard to have a category for that for stand up, but unlike music, but I can't argue that list at all in terms of your top 3. I mean everything about every bit he did. What else did he do? I even wrote down the bit he did. Toss Salad Man and Bring the Pain, Colin Powell running for president. I mean, of course, niggas versus black people. The OJ bit. The OJ bit.
Yeah. I had his DVD, and he said I wasn't gonna do that bit unless I thought I had the best one.
Right.
And the callback to that shit, it was like watching that as a comedian. You learn that when you writing jokes, it's got to be kind of like a song. He had like hooks to his shit, you know what I mean? The callbacks to the motherfuckers, like, yo, man, this shit is on. And that fucking niggas and black people was like 12 minutes long.
You know, it is. It right. And that's the one that everybody was talking about in the streets. And back then, it wasn't on social media. So if your shit hit the streets back then, that mean you really had something popping, because everybody was talking about, it was on HBO, so it helped to be on HBO. Both specials were on HBO, but both of them were very, again, we not taking nothing away from Chappelle, but
Chappelle, that baby on the corner, I fell to the ground, dude. This shit is classic. He is the king of the blind spots. Like you don't see it coming. His timing is so incredible. He is one of the greatest ever. Wow.
He writes. I mean, his sketches are. I mean, his bits are like sketches because that's a good example. Like I think he started, or if not cemented, started to cement his style in that special. And of course, Chris Rock, Bring the Pain. Like everything he did after that, was like he started doing like the mimicking of his style started with that Bring the Pain, just the way he talked, his pitch, his hit, like you say, hitting the mic and his fist and all that stuff. He went on to do that in all his specials, but that's the one that just launched Chris Rock, man, and then that's the only reason why I'm picking that one over Killin Them Softly, because that was an instant classic and still is 22 years later.
Yeah, and then people say, somebody told me Bigger and Blacker. I'm like, yeah.
That was good.
It was good.
It was good.
It wasn't that
it was
one.
good. Yeah,
it wasn't
right,
that
right.
one.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't
right.
his outcoming part. What do you say?
No,
homecoming part, in a sense. It wasn't like, okay, this is the moment. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't that first album, or it wasn't his off the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
exactly.
This is me now. Like, you saw me in SNL and on Living Color. Like, nah, that's nothing. Right. See me doing this. So I love seeing that.
Because Bigger and Blacker was good too. You mean he had that gun bit about the bullets and stuff in Bigger and Blacker that was legendary. Those are very good. But when you coming out, you always got one special. I think for every comic that's like, I mean, if you're super great, you have a few, but that one is like, and it's Bring the Pain from A to Z is like just like we talked about, just home run. I mean, not slowing down, just coming at you. So he had a point to prove. It was like he felt like, if I don't hit this home run on this special, I'm out of the game.
That's what he said. He said that.
He said that.
I had the DVD and had it on
the
DVD. Like, if I don't, he said, this is my last chance to do anything. He said, you only got one more. You got 2 chances to be new or something like that. So he went in. He said, he just focused on that. He said he stopped trying to be a movie star. He said he just gonna do comedy. He went in and hit the road and he said stayed on the road. And he came out with that. And he said Dice played songs just before he filmed it. He's like, this. He said, what you got any advice? He said, go home and watch Rocky. Yeah. He said all this would make sense to you. And he said he watched it and he understood it. So yeah.
And I wanted to throw this in too, because they both specials, and it makes sense because they're like their career has been like this as comics. Social commentary is so heavy in both of those specials, and they went on to always be like that as comics. But that's another similarity between those two, and it's so great that you picked those two to talk about and to battle, because they're still like 80% of what they were saying in those is still kind of like in 2020, man. You can still feel like it's happening, unfortunately, and it's still happening in a lot of different ways. So man, as I rewatched it, I was like, man, but like I said, they've proven to be those type of comics, because every special they talk about real shit.
Yeah. So you going with Bring the Pain? I'm going with Bring the Pain. So who do you pick, people? Who do you pick? You know what I'm saying? Bring the Pain or Killin Them Softly? The great Dave Chappelle and the great Chris Rock. Salute to those cats. They make us do what we do. God damn it, man. I admire those cats, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. If you watching this, like, they feel like, damn, I ain't winning, motherfucker. But no. You picked the wrong special. Like, Bring the Pain is crazy to me. So give me a handle, see.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Hey, you can find me at Create Pace. That's my handle on all social media, Twitter and IG. Follow me at Create Pace, CreatePace. And if you want to follow my music, my DJ stuff, my handle on Twitter and IG for my music DJing is Pace the DJ, PACETHE DJ. Bam, hit a brother up.
Yeah, and find me on comedian Ronnie Ray on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, UDC. Ronnie Ray on Twitter, RonnieRayComedian.com for the website, and subscribe to this, man. Like, subscribe, man. Tell a friend about this. I know y'all having these conversations, and 4th of July and shit, and sitting back and y'all want to eat some fucking hot dogs and burgers and shit. Like, yo, man, I saw this shit. And they were talking about Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. What was that? Let's see it now. Pull out your phone and show this episode, man. You know what I'm saying? But God bless, man. Thank you, C Pace, for doing the show.
Oh, man, I enjoyed it.
All the way out in Cali. I'm in the Chi-Town, man. And hey, this is Ronnie Ray's This and That. And remember, everybody is entitled to their opinion.